guys, before I get this video started, I just want to thank you guys for the massive amount of support I've gotten over the past few weeks. Thank you, and if you could, hit that subscribe button. I don't know, it helps out the channel. Thank you. Peace. Okay, so as you may or may not know, I love Borderlands 2. It was literally my life for a good 4 months when I first got it when it came out for free in the PlayStation Store. This became one of the monthly free games in June of 2019. It is even out for free on the Epic Games Store as I am recording this video. When I first got it, I instantly fell in love with what I would definitely call the best villain in any video game in history, Handsome Jack. From Jack's funny and smart-ass nature to his evil side, I don't think Gearbox could have thought of a better antagonist. This, paired with his constant remarks throughout the game, will make you both love his character and hate him at the same time. The hate deriving from the fact that he is a villain, and you can't help but hate the things he has done. When you say this, though, you have to take into account that Jack always thought that he was a good guy. He was constantly doing this to his own gain while believing he was helping people. While yes, Jack did some pretty messed up things, so did the Vault Hunter. Think about it, you nearly killed everything in sight just to stop a man who had sunken into his own power. You can see his entire character arc from when he was betrayed by Lilith and Moxie in the pre-sequel to when you kill him in Borderlands 2. You can tell that all he has ever wanted to be was a good guy, and thanks to the Vault Hunter, he never got that. Now on to possibly my least favorite villains in a video game ever, the Calypso Twins. For one, they just aren't funny like Jack. First, let's talk about Troy. Troy is the only known male siren in the Borderlands universe ever. This is honestly the only redeeming quality of his character. He was never that funny, quirky character like Jack. We don't even learn his backstory until 85% through the game. When we meet his father in Necro de Feo, his father is the famed Typhon de Leon. The first thing that we learn about him is that he is the twin brother of Tyrene Calypso. The thing about him being a siren is that he is a parasite to her. He can take some of her powers away from her. You find out after defeating the first vault monster that he can leech off of any siren. You learn this out via him leeching off of Maya and even killing her after leeching her. Troy is incredibly cruel and sadistic. Much like his sister, much of this sadistic nature is drowned within an air of cocky overconfidence. Troy tends to behave as if everything is a game and often doesn't take threats very seriously. This is most prevalent during his boss fight, wherein he constantly insults the Vault Hunter, even as his health drops dangerously low, all while ignoring Tyrene's pained cries and goading her into continuing in spite. Now, on to his twin sister Tyrene Calypso, aka God Queen Tyrene. Tyrene is the primary antagonist of Borderlands 3, initially referenced as God Queen by the children of the Vault. She soon becomes aware of the new Vault Hunters, hunting for the same Vault key she seeks to master and take a more personal interest in their movements. At first, she merely joins with her brother in heckling and taunting the Vault Hunters, setting the children of the Vault against them in increasingly aggressive actions. Eventually, she takes direct action, using her siren powers augmented by the power of others to dominate and destroy. Now let's get on one of the characters that ties Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3 together. The one, the only, Claptrap. His original voice, played by David Eddings, feels almost nostalgic. When you switch over to Borderlands 3, though, you get an entirely new feeling voice. The voice acting isn't bad, it just isn't what I expected when starting this game out. Now let's get started with Claptrap's journey through Borderlands 2. Following Hyperion's takeover of Pandora and the deactivation of every other Claptrap unit at the hands of Handsome Jack, Claptrap, the last active robot of his product line, wished to exact revenge upon Jack. This is why he joins the Vault Hunter in their journey. Now let's get into the main game story. So in Borderlands 2, set 5 years after the events of Borderlands, Handsome Jack has taken over the Hyperion Corporation, declared himself dictator of Pandora, and taken all credit for finding the vault, going so far as to claim responsibility for killing the destroyer. Jack has also blotted out much of the light on the planets, having a giant orbiting H-shaped base set in front of Pandora's stationary moon, creating a Big Brother atmosphere throughout the planet. The new group of Vault Hunters in Borderlands 2 is tasked with killing Jack and returning peace to Pandora. Borderlands 2 begins with the protagonist on a train to an unspecified location to begin their search to the vault. The train turns out to be a trap set by Handsome Jack to kill all who search for the vault. The Vault Hunters defend themselves long enough to reach a train car filled with explosives and a dummy Handsome Jack look-alike. The detonation causes the train to crash in the Arctic wasteland, with our new team strewn across the wreckage. The game picks up with the Vault Hunter waking up to Claptrap, digging up through the remains. The mysterious guardian angel then contacts them and explains that Handsome Jack must be killed, directing players to rescue the 4 original Vault Hunters from Hyperion's clutches to accomplish this. In Borderlands 3, the story goes a little like this. Taking place approximately 7 years after the events of Borderlands 2 and 6 years after the events of Tales from the Borderlands, Borderlands 3 begins with 4 new Vault Hunters: Amara the Siren, Flack the Beastmaster, Mose the Gunner, and Zane the Operative, joining Lilith's Crimson Raiders as new recruits sent to investigate the Children of the Vault cult and their mysterious leader, the Calypso Twins. Tyrene and Troy, who are believed to have the long-lost vault map. Upon reclaiming the vault map, the Crimson Raiders and allies board the Sanctuary 3 spacecraft to journey beyond Pandora to other planets throughout the galaxy to claim the vaults they hold before the Calypsos can steal their power for themselves. Next, let's talk about the guns and nerfs. In Borderlands 2, there were not that many nerfs. In Borderlands 3, nerfs nearly happen every other day. Every time that there is a weapon that is used more than anything, they will nerf the weapon where it is unusable. If Borderlands 3 didn't have anything nerfed into the ground, then people would play it a lot more often, and they would have an easier time doing things. The last part of this video is from one of my good friends, Eggplant Omelet. You can find her channel in the description and on the little card that just popped up, if I remember to put that in. Also, this is straight from the script that she sent me, so be prepared for anything because I didn't cut anything out of this. Borderlands 2 is without any doubt my favorite game I've ever played. The thing that really made it what it is to me was the amazing characters. From Scooter to Roland to Jack, I loved them all. The only character I didn't really like was Lilith. She didn't really seem all that great to me. I also didn't really like any of her side missions, like Dr. Zed's or Scooter's missions. I honestly couldn't say that about the Borderlands 3 characters. They just felt off. One character that I loved the hell out of from Borderlands 2 was Mordecai. He seemed like a genuine guy that only really had one thing, and that was his bird. Then Jack took Bloodwing and mutated it beyond recognition.
In the end, you have to kill Bloodwing. I hate/loved this mini-boss battle because of how painful it was to do. I sympathized with Mordecai and actually felt bad. Another character like him that I loved was Jack. It was painful hearing him after you kill Angel, which was also a very sad battle. No matter his intentions, he just wasn't the same. I loved this aspect of him. He wasn't really taking things all too seriously, and always made certain things out to be a joke. After Angel, he took things seriously. Connected to the Angel battle, I loved what they did with Roland's death. It was so abrupt and made you realize that Jack had a complete change in persona. It was very painful, to say the least. The amazingness in this game is Boom and Boom, Handsome Jack, Bloodwing, Angel. Right in the middle is Bunker and the Warrior. Is Captain Flint and Badmall. Borderlands 3. I haven't even finished it, so take everything I say with a pinch of salt. There are more aspects that I don't like than what I do like. I wish they would have just abandoned the original cast and made new characters, because I really didn't like how most of them turned out. I really liked Ellie in Borderlands 2, but Borderlands 3 ruined it. And I really didn't like Lilith or Tannis in either part. So that felt like a massive L for them to be the mains. Lorelei was super forgettable along with Clay. I thought the idea to make the playable characters from Borderlands 2 into NPCs in Borderlands 3 was really cool, but they really ruined it. Maya especially. I get Zero's deal, but I feel like Maya was just there so Ava had a reason to be there. I ain't even gonna talk about Ava because she sucks. There were characters and aspects I liked though. Vaughn was an amazing character, but they did nothing with him. He was hilarious, but nothing ever happened. I thought the mini-boss battles in Borderlands 3 were ultimately better. The world building was definitely better. It was way more pretty than Borderlands 2. The nice parts of this game include Shiv, Mouthpiece, Captain Trump. The end parts is Gigamine. And with this, I end the video. Thank you guys for sticking around. And if you could drop a like and subscribe, it would help out the channel a lot. I do stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. EST on Twitch. You can find the link in the description. And peace.